So here we are. We are in the project that I've been given from Sonic Academy. We are going to make a more of a upbeat trance remix. They're calling it a 138 remix. I hate making a tempo a category, but here we are. It's 128 now. That'll get ramped up. We're just here to look at some parts, see what is in the project that we've been given, and see what's going to be changing as we remix this tune. What I've already done so far is the one thing that jumped out at me. I kind of really like this hi-hat loop, and it sounds like this. Oops. Let's just solo that. A little bit of a snare in there, but previously it wasn't warped, so it sounded like it had a very heavy swing to it. I don't think I'm going to be going with a shuffle groove on this one, so let's turn that back on. And so I've requantized it to lock it up to the 16-note grid. If you don't know how to do that, you just kind of click in there and Command and U, and it'll quantize the whole grid. It'll do the whole thing. And if it doesn't do it, undo and then select all and then Command U. I'm assuming that's Control U on the PC on Windows. Next up, we are going to take a look at other aspects. These drums over here, also pretty good hits. Yeah, also probably pretty cool. Probably remove the pre-shifted one. Just getting ideas, really. Yeah, just kind of keep it a little bit more non-stop. Yeah, kind of cool. Oh, back to the hi-hats real quick. I did have another idea that I wanted to show you. What I like to do when I have a nice hi-hat groove is just kind of go and vocode them. And not vocode them in the traditional sense that you're used to hearing. I'll vocode them as with noise as the carrier, and the drum loop is the modulator. And this works with a ton of drum loops, drum hits, things like that. And it sounds really cool. And so without it, and then if you put it on, and you can also, this way you get a little bit more spaciness to it. Not just that, I should probably get rid of that kind of snare. Just getting rid of the low mids of that snare. It's going to go away anyway once it gets sidechained, but just to kind of see where we're at. The drift thing, that's going to be me later. That was not an original part, so we can take that out. Let's see. Bass over here. This is actually a really nice bass sound. See what I mean? It's got a lot of meat. This is definitely something I would want to use in the finished version. So we'll go and we'll work with that sound a little bit, absolutely, as we progress through. I wanted to jump down real quick to the vocals, or let's just take a listen to the pads real quick before we go too far. This is actually not the pad. This is one of the main leads. This is the arpeggio was set up in Anna 2 already, and kind of cool. Anna 2's got a really, really cool featured arpeggio where you can select the order in which you do the chord, the plays through the chords. I mean, a lot of synths have that, but actually you'd be surprised how few VST instruments have that. A lot of them are just kind of bog standard stuff. So that sounds like this. Pretty cool. I think originally it was like this. But I kind of like this more. This gives me that more classic feel. And I've already changed the melody slightly a little bit, as I tend to do. This is what of course, the arpeggiator is working off of. So that second half was a variation of the first half. Otherwise, it would just play over and over. And I think variation without breaking the point of over complexity is always really, really important, especially in a remix. So there we are with that. And Anna can also send out those MIDI notes to any synth I want within Ableton due to its MIDI routing capabilities. So we'll show you how to do that later as well, which is pretty cool. Next up, pads, which are sounding like this. I guess we'll call this the sparkly pad. And next up, the more meaty pad. Really, really nice as well. I'll have to be putting the variations in these like I did for the melody. We'll get there in a second. There's a great swell that goes like this. We'll have to use this. I'm thinking I'll use it more sparingly. As you can see, it's used every 4 bars. I think I'd like to rather used quite a bit actually. every 2 bars it's used, but no, it is every 4 bars. But it sounds like this. Really good texture. That will be a great transition. We can freak with that a little bit too. Let's go take a listen to the dry vocals of the project right now. This way you see what the general theme of the tune is going to be. And this is obviously arguably the most important part of any remix when you are given a remix for a vocal tune. It's not really a full vocal, as you can see. More of a vocal kind of highlight. I would end up using it in the breakdown and potentially a second breakdown before going to the outro. But we'll find out as we dig in and see where the elements are going to go. But the vocals sound like this. Oh, I should probably solo the channel, right?
Echoes of love is all I've ever found. Echoes of you are just echoing around. Feelings that slip away, burning through my heart. Always I run away, right back to the start.
So, if I was to listen to these vocals, immediately I would think, okay, I'm going to try some things such as maybe putting a vocoded layer underneath it, potentially maybe throw a spectral resonator out, which I do teach a lot of my clients. I'll show you how to use spectral resonator later. There will be some other things we do, of course, trick out these ad libs that are down here, the oohs and ahs. They're going to be pushed further back by the lower volume, more reverb, and these vocals, which are the sung vocals, probably bring them forward by a bit less reverb and potentially using more delays to keep them rhythmic. But we have to try it when we see. And that is the remix pack. It's time to ramp up the tempo and dig in to our new setting.